Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to share a couple of really powerful excerpts from one of my favorite books of all time, The Power of Neuroplasticity. Okay, absolutely changed my life. I love this book so much. If there is one book I could recommend getting about, the neuroscience behind manifestation or affirmations, it would definitely be The Power of Neuroplasticity. There's a lot of great books out there which I cannot wait to read, but this is one of the best so far, okay, just objectively. But in today's video, I wanted to share advice that the author of this book listed in here. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and read this entire thing. I've already read a lot of this book, so this is actually something I read a while back, and I'm just now making the video about it, so I'm kind of, it's a refresher for me as well, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so I remember this. So basically, this passage says, improving your day and rewiring your brain. It was talking about Paul, who is the coach of a baseball team, I believe, right? And it was talking about, being your own inner counselor and creating a dialogue with yourself. Like, okay, the game didn't go that well, but that's okay, blah, blah, blah. Let's make today a great day. No matter how the game comes out, all your kids are winners and you are too. Let's show them your best, right? So positive self-talk, having a really positive inner dialogue, being your own inner counselor. At the end of the day, you guys, you have to be your own manifestation coach, okay? I offer manifestation coaching and I'm here to help you whenever you need it, okay? Check out the link in the description box below, shameless advertising. But, I'm here to help you learn how to help yourself. I think the best teachers, the best people out there are the ones who don't just give you the answers right away, but although sometimes that's okay too. If you need it, you need it. But the ones that really help you help yourself, help you get to the root cause of whatever it is that you need to get to be able to manifest, to be able to release certain things, to be able to rewire your brain, okay? Move from a new mindset, right? And this is all about perspective shifts, okay? Change your lens, change your mindset. I wanted to read this. There's a couple of paragraphs here, 1, 2, 3 paragraphs here. So you'll notice that in this example, Paul's self-dialogue is in second person you instead of I. Paul is using second person because he's talking to himself from the position of a higher self, the part of him that he imagines residing above or outside of himself. The higher self is more objective. It doesn't register the same emotions Paul is feeling inside because the wiser Paul is consciously detached. Okay, I love this so much, you guys. If you are feeling especially emotional, okay, you're getting really triggered by something, maybe there's something that keeps coming up over and over again, okay, maybe you're trying to manifest something and you're bogged down by the third party or the competition, or maybe a lack of self-confidence or insecurities, or you're thinking of something from the past that's really triggering you, okay, talk to yourself from second person, okay? Talk to yourself by saying you are amazing, you are awesome, okay? If need be, maybe even look into a mirror or your phone camera and tell yourself no, you got this, you can break out of this, okay? You're so smart, you're so amazing, you deserve the best, okay? You deserve that job, you deserve that love life, you deserve that career, okay? Whatever it may be, because like this says here, you're consciously detaching yourself by, coming from the perspective of your higher self, okay? Residing above or outside of yourself, okay? Sometimes that really helps you guys, okay? When you're getting bogged down by the 3D, I know I used to say this on my channel a lot, and I'm probably still going to say this, you have to come from the 4D. You have to come at this from the perspective of, 4D, 5D, whatever, your higher self, okay? Because again, that really does help more than you know, okay? Because think about it, you're 3D people in a 3D reality. One way to get out of it is to see things from a different perspective, right? I remember this example. This was a TikTok video I watched a couple years ago about this woman who was explaining, she basically drew a stick figure, right? And it's 2D, and we can see everything that 2D stick figure can do, right? The stick figure can move up and down, side to side. You can probably even, can it move diagonally? Or maybe that's the third dimension, right? But my point is, you look at 2D characters, maybe you're even watching a TV show, you're seeing everything that's happening. You're seeing the background, you're seeing you know, just everything occurring, right? Like while the person in the movie screen, you know, oh my gosh, in the movie screen, in the movie, in the TV show can only see things from their perspective, right? Like same with the 2D character example, right? So you kind of have to see yourself as that. Okay, you know what? I'm a 3D person, but I'm going to envision this from the 4D. I'm going to envision whatever's going on from a higher perspective. And that's really key to you getting what you want, okay? If you want to escape the 3D, you want to escape these negative circumstances, you need to operate from the 4D and tell yourself, okay, you know what, like I can see all the possible scenarios. Okay, I can see things that maybe my 3D self can't see, because, you know, I've mentioned this a lot, but again, we don't see everything that's going on, right? Like even when you start manifesting, there are so many portals, so many possibilities, so many timelines, so many dimensions opening up that your naked eye just cannot see. Okay, so that's why it's really, really imperative, okay, that you you know, that you trust, you have faith in the unseen, right? Like that's where that famous quote comes from, have faith in the unseen. I remember Bob Proctor said, faith and fear both require the same thing, you know, trusting in the unseen, right? So again, like you don't need to envision like all the possibilities or timelines or anything, like, you know, like I'm telling you, like throw back to Doctor Strange, right? Like yeah, from his movies, it's like he can envision like every possible timeline, right? Like I think in one of the movies, like he envisions like 6 billion possibilities, right? Like, and only, yeah, like it's really crazy. I really like yeah, you know, I think like that whole concept is so cool. And like, you know, you're not responsible for necessarily doing that, okay? Because, you know, that again, our conscious mind, our subconscious mind is like, in my opinion, like light years ahead of our conscious mind, okay? Like our conscious mind is only seeing like, you know, what we're seeing. It's only seeing like, you know, what we're feeding it. Whereas our subconscious mind, you know, all the possibilities exist there. It's infinitely intelligent. It knows things that our conscious mind can't even grasp, okay? It's like even like with computers, right? It can store so much data. And, you know, I'm a programmer, right? And it's just like, I don't really need access to all of this data. I just need to be able to write a program so I can get the data that I want, right? And that is very, very similar to the concept of manifestation, okay? But anyways, I can go on and on about this, but I just thought that was really interesting. And sometimes when I read books, I think of all these examples that I forgot, you know, I even read about or watched videos about, which is why like I really recommend reading, okay? It's like read a book you know, about like neuroplasticity, about, you know, really anything, okay? I know for those of you that are into manifestation, there's so many books out there, and even though, you know, I know a lot of you practice law of assumption, you know, there will be books out there, you know, that talk about vibration and things like that. I know there's some books from Dolores Cannon, Esther Hicks. I feel like, you know, just read them anyways to see like, you know, what resonates with you and what doesn't, because the more I read, like I feel like the more I remember these concepts, and, you know, the more I remember these concepts, the, you know, better I like grasp them, and I'm really able to implement manifestation. Like just the other actually just yesterday, like I saw this TikTok about how no one has free will. You know, it was going really deep into solipsism, and I was like, oh my gosh, this really just made something click in me. This really just reinforced something within me, okay? So you know, that's the thing, never stop learning, never stop gaining knowledge, because it will help things click for you and reinforce things within you, okay? And that will really help you master manifestation. Yeah, okay, so anyways, let me go ahead and read the rest of this. Some people are more comfortable talking to themselves in the more familiar first person as I. Both forms work. If Paul continues to keep his inner counselor close by and repeats a similar scenario each time the problem comes up, he will in fact be rewiring his brain with new circuits that let him know that fear and doubt that he felt as a 14-year-old are no longer real. They only come from past programs that are no valid. Yeah, because, or, you know, that are no longer valid. Yeah, because he was talking about how, like, you know, he experienced failure as a 14-year-old, you know, when he was younger, and every time he experiences failure as an adult, you know, it hits that part of his brain, right? It hits like that soft point or whatever, right? And like, you know, that happens. Like sometimes we don't even realize it, but like, you know, that is why you know, things offend us, even though maybe it's not that big of a deal. Like, you know how there's some people that, you know, maybe overreact to something, or maybe you find yourself overreacting, or maybe you find yourself like just not understanding, why is this hurting so much? What is this bringing out within me, right? And it's because, you know, something could have happened in the past, either when you were a kid, or maybe, you know, it could even be in like your more recent past. And, you know, there's a certain set of past programs that are popping up as you're experiencing, you know, this completely new experience that's, you know, bringing about that old experience, right? Like even when I was like when I was reading this paragraph, I told you I remembered you know, some TikTok videos that I watched about certain concepts, and I'm like, oh, okay, this really, you know, triggered that within me, which, you know, I like, nothing wrong with that. But like you know, sometimes I know when you're manifesting something and you don't get what you want, and you get especially triggered, or maybe, you know, you're unable to get over something, something, a situation, a person, you know, you really have to ask yourself, like, what is it about that person, or what is it about me that that person is bringing out, okay? And, you know, when you do a lot of digging, you'll find, oh, it's this memory. I never would have thought of this, okay? So sometimes you can even charge yourself to come up with solutions to your own problems. Like, ask yourself that exact question I just told you. What is it about this manifestation, about this situation, about this experience that is bringing about something within me, or that is triggering something within me? And you will think of that. You'll be like, oh my gosh, it was this thing from this thing that I completely, you know, forgot about. Maybe it was like submersed deep in your, you know, deep in the crevices of your subconscious mind, and it only came out then, right? That's why manifestation is, like, you know, something you should consistently do, okay? Because there's so much stuff, like, you know, we've experienced so much in life. There's so many things that we're picking up from our peripheral vision, so many things that our subconscious minds are picking up. I know that, like, you know, even when you sleep, right, like when you sleep in a room full of other people, your ears are always open, okay? Your subconscious mind is always open. Maybe something could have happened. Maybe they were saying certain things that your subconscious mind internalized. Like, my point is, like, there's just so much that's going on. Like, you know, you can walk and you could be walking the streets, and you could be seeing a billboard or a poster on, like, you know, in the corner of your eye, right? Like I mentioned, peripheral vision, and your subconscious mind is internalizing literally everything. That's why it's so important for you to, you know, consciously manifest, to, you know, come up with a specific set of affirmations, to, you know, work on yourself, you know, to get to know yourself better, read about certain things, so that, you know, you don't let these programs control you. Rather, you program these programs in a way, you know, where you're able to live your best life, your best reality, okay? Because sometimes these programs just get formed without us, like, you know, consciously doing that. That's why sometimes, you know, we're blindsided. We get so surprised, like, oh, I didn't consciously manifest this, but this just happened. This feeling just came up. This experience just happened, right? Okay, the next paragraph says, the key to the success of the inner counselor is that it gives you a way to create new neural pathways by using cognitive tools like fact, intellect, and logic, exactly the kind of tools our emotions so often ignore. While it's true that emotions themselves chemically increase the strength of programs, in this case, it is the repeated self-dialogue that allows thoughtful reasoning to create the new pathways. You guys, I love this line so much, okay? In this case, it is the repeated self-dialogue, aka robotic affirming, repetition, okay, that allows thoughtful reasoning to create the new pathways. I love this so much. So again, you don't need to feel in order to get what you want. It does help sometimes. Again, it does help chemically increase the strength of programs, but repeated self-dialogue, aka robotic affirming, mantra meditation, repetition, you know, whatever you like calling it, you know, whatever you're calling it, is what's going to help create these new pathways. And I will stand on that hill, okay? I've manifested so many things without feeling it, okay? Because again, I've talked about this so many times, you know, on my channel. You can check out the other videos in the Law of Assumption playlist, okay? This is also going to be in the Law of Assumption playlist, where I'm telling you a lot of what happens is a reflection of your subconscious mind. That's why sometimes we get blindsided by certain things, or we even get pleasantly surprised. Like, you know, when you thought you weren't going to pass that test, or you weren't going to make it on time for that flight or train or whatever, but you ended up doing it anyways, even though you very consciously thought it wasn't going to happen, but maybe it got delayed, maybe something happened, right? Where it worked out in your favor. Again, that's all going on in your subconscious mind, okay? So that's why it's so important that we really understand this and take some time to reprogram our subconscious mind. Sometimes, you know, our conscious mind will think of something and it will happen, okay? So like it's like, you know, something within our subconscious mind and conscious mind will click at the same time, right? Like sometimes they will work in tandem to give you what you want, but a lot of the times it really is, you know, programs lodged in our subconscious mind. So it's really important to, you know, keep reprogramming it until we see the reality that we want. And anything that does come up, you guys, you get blindsided by something, you get triggered by something, just figure out what it is that's triggering you, come up with a counter affirmation and keep affirming that. And, you know, as much as you can, it's like a lot of it is like, it's not even that deep or serious, okay? Like you have to gaslight yourself in that way. I know that's like such unconventional advice, but a lot of it is just something that's being triggered in your mind about something that happened. Okay, so like, you know, just think about it. Sometimes things will be like, okay, you know what, that wasn't okay, I didn't really like that. But sometimes it's just like, wait, like, what is this, you know, telling me about me? That's why, you guys, okay, wow, this just made something click for me. That's why, you know, like so many manifestation people, you know, myself included, you know, say that everyone is you pushed out. Everything is you. Everything is a reflection of what you have been through, okay? Everything is just showing you to you. It's just showing you another aspect of you. It could be showing aspects of something that your past self went through, something that past versions of yourself went through, you know, that you experienced. That's why, like, you know, no one is outside of you. No one is separate from you. You know, everyone is just representing something within you, either a quality trait within you, assumptions about, you know, them, which again stem from you. It's all you. That's why no one has free will in your reality. And the faster we accept this, the more we, you know, like, accept responsibility, that, you know, we're creating everything. Life changes, okay? Like, even like the negative circumstances, if you can just say, okay, I manifested this, I can unmanifest this, your life will change drastically in the best way possible. You won't be that triggered. You'll be like, okay, you know what, like, no, that's okay, whatever, it happened, I can reverse it. Because you guys, nothing is set in stone. Everything is malleable, okay? You're getting triggered about something that you see, that thing can disappear. I've seen circumstances disappear like out of thin air. Like, I mean, you know how people talk about, oh, you can make things appear out of thin air, right? Like magicians. Sometimes I've seen things just disappear as if they never even existed, okay? So again, everything is malleable, okay? Doesn't matter what you're being told right now in the 3D. If it's not, you know, equivalent to what you know, if it's not in alignment with what you want to experience, then just know it can change, and it can change anytime. It can change overnight, okay? It's all up to you. It's all up to how you're reacting to the situation. It's all up to, you know, you affirming. I will say, just in my experience, and so many people can agree with this, the more you saturate your mind, the more you robotically affirm, the more you repeat things, the faster it's going to come in, the faster things are going to change and shift. Sometimes, you know, you might get bad dreams. And I saw someone, like, you know, comment, I really like this comment. I think yeah, I still need to respond to this comment that, like, they robotically affirmed throughout the day, and they, you know, they got bad dreams in the night because, you know, because they were robotically affirming, they weren't thinking too many negative thoughts during the day. That's what happens when you robotically affirm. You don't really have space for these negative thoughts to settle in, which is, you know, yet another, you know, reason why I love robotic affirming. And it's like any negative thoughts that you do have will be pushed out in your dream, which I think is better. You know, I think it's better to actually, like, you know, have these negative thoughts, you know, like, be pushed out in the form of nightmares rather than, like, you know, you experiencing negative things, you know, IRL in real life, right? So nightmares are actually a good sign. Even getting positive dreams is a good sign, okay? You get good dreams about your manifestation, that means it's sinking in. That means your affirmations are definitely setting in, okay? It's all about perspective. I will say you need to see bad dreams as a good thing. You need to see good dreams as a good thing. You need to see bad circumstances as a good thing. Good circumstances as a good thing, because every single thing is the bridge of incidents that's leading you to where you want to be, okay? So yeah, anyways, I really hope this helps. I do want to let you know I have a Patreon where I give you self-concept affirmations to robotically affirm and script so you can manifest your specific person. I do want to also let you know that I offer in-depth tarot readings as well as manifestation coaching, and also custom mixed subliminal. So if you're interested in any of these services, check out the description box below where you'll find my website. You can sign up for those services through my website. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Happy manifesting.